Hey everyone, I'm Tammy Boothby, and I'm here today to share a little bit of my story around breast implant illness, which a year ago I didn't even know that was a thing. I'd never even heard of that. And wow, I've learned so much. So I just wanted to hop on and just share with you because I feel so strongly that, you know, there is not enough awareness around the toxicity of breast implants. And for me, the reason I had breast implants to begin with was because I was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 27 in 2002. I went through a bilateral mastectomy and reconstruction, 6 months of chemo. We did the reconstruction with silicone implant. And my mom actually had breast cancer when she was 28 and she died when she was 30. And so for that reason, I did the genetic testing as well, and it came back negative. Isn't that interesting? We time went by. My older sister also went through breast cancer, and sadly, it was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. My sister passed away in 2012. Nuclear weapons facility. This was in Colorado. It was called Rocky Flats, and it made plutonium triggers, which is the heart of the atomic bomb. So this radioactive plutonium was leaking into the groundwater, into the air in a 30-mile radius, that people were unknowingly exposed to this most radioactive substance on Earth, plutonium, war grade plutonium, and were affected. And so that's my story. I actually went to an integrative doctor and got tested, and I was positive for plutonium, beryllium, cadmium, all kinds of things that have to do with nuclear waste. I was able to detox that. I'll share with you how in just a minute, but that's kind of my story of cancer and breast cancer, and why I had implants to begin with. And so many, in fact, this is my sister's shirt. I'm wearing it in honor of her today. Because she's always near me. She's always in my heart, always top of mind. And I definitely want to make her proud because I'm still here. She's not, my mom's not, but yeah, I want to make the most of this life that I've been given. But yes, after I went through chemo and cancer treatment and had the implants and bilateral mastectomy, all of that, I was, I was determined to be the healthiest person I could, because obviously I didn't want to go through cancer again, but I was the healthiest person with the healthiest lifestyle and still not feeling well. It's like I couldn't get any traction. And I was told that I had liver issues and, a weak thyroid and adrenal issues and digestion issues. I was tired all the time. And, just to the point where you just can't even think straight. I'm still working as a nurse and stuff, and it's like you're moving through molasses every day, just trying to survive the day. So I don't know if that hits home with you, but it just made me realize once I learned about breast implants that they're emitting 40 different neurotoxins and carcinogens into your body. It's like having a constant IV infusion of toxins going into your system constantly, continuously. So it's no wonder we're all feeling bad. And I get asked all the time, I have saline implants, Tammy. Those were supposed to be safer. Well, the saline is actually encased in silicone. It's still the same chemicals in the in the outer shell. So those are still going into your body. And it's so interesting. I was watching some YouTube videos on breast implant illness, and you don't even have to have a ruptured implant. The silicone and these chemicals ooze out of the pores. It's like it's sweating out of the pores. And so it's still going into your system constantly. So I had breast implants, 17 years ago. That's how long I've had this constant infusion. And it's no wonder I was having issues. And anyone who has implants will eventually have issues. There's just no way around it, to have that kind of constant barrage of chemicals going into your body will definitely have a reaction. For so many people, it's autoimmune issues. But think about that. If your immune system is so overloaded, your whole body becomes compromised, and you end up with all these, like Hashimoto's or lupus or fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue, just all these, issues where you can't put your finger on it. There's all these symptoms that are debilitating, but it's hard to detect like what the cause was. For me, I was having, like I said, liver issues. I actually gained 30 pounds, tons of digestion issues. My eyes hurt, my arms. I constantly had this pain in my arm, which I thought I was getting carpal tunnel because I was dropping stuff and my arms would go numb. I had this constant pain around my eyes and like a head squeeze, head pressure kind of stuff. And I always blamed it on chemo. But you think about it, I had breast implants put in the same time I was going through chemo. So I just had never even thought of that because I couldn't figure out how 17 years after chemo I was still having all these issues. And it was actually a friend from high school who told me about breast implant illness I think we talked in November. And it was just like a light bulb went on because everything started making sense. And I got in touch with this Facebook group called Breast Implant Illness and Healing by Nicole. It's about 100,000 women strong right now. And it's just filled with so many stories. And there's just no denying, that this is the real issue. I've also been asked, is there a test, so that if you have breast implant illness? Well, there isn't a test. It's just the compelling results after women have explant surgery. Once they get the implants out, they feel so much better. So that's the whole, the research behind this is, it's night and day difference with them in versus them being out. And really, this is just such an injustice in our country. I get so passionate about this because I was told, and I'm sure you were too, anyone that who has breast implants, we were told that they're safe for life. We were told that, there aren't really side effects. But that's the thing. There wasn't real, true, informed consent then, right? And that's the injustice here. And also just that the idea of profits over people and people's health, it's just the system's way of churning, a profit by putting implants in, but then they're not really talking about the long-term health effects, because that's not profitable. So, I hate thinking that way, but it is. I've just been thinking a lot about this, and there's an injustice going on, and it's because of lack of information. So that's what I'm here today to do, hopefully, is to give you a little more information to look into for yourself and become your own health advocate, especially if you have unexplained health issues that have been affecting your life. I learned that only 10% of cancer is genetic and 44% is environmentally related. And I just feel like that's something that we're not talking about, is all the, ways we're being bombarded with toxins in our environment. It's not just our DNA. I had been working so diligently to detoxify my own system after going through cancer, by choosing healthier personal care products, because we know that what we put on our skin actually absorbs into our bloodstream and affects our health even faster than food. And so I, switched gears and started using healthier, safer products that way, and eating cleaner, switching my household cleaning supplies and stuff to more natural brands. But I didn't realize that I still had this constant infusion of toxins coming into my body because of these breast implants. So it's like no wonder I couldn't get ahead of the curve here. So for me, something that I know has made a significant difference, during these 17 years of having breast implants. I actually just had my explant surgery August 30. So I'm about 3 weeks out now. After 9 months of thinking about it, finally had the surgery. I'm very glad I did it. I'm still, dealing with a lot from that because even after my bilateral mastectomy, I had tissue expanders and implants in, and today I don't have anything. It's just flat. I have scars, and it's a lot. I just feel like this isn't anything that I asked for. However, I do feel better, and at the end of the day, healthy is sexy. Healthy is sexy. you know, and I do want reconstruction just because in my mind, when I look at my body right now, it triggers the thought of cancer because I look like my sister did when she was going through cancer. And I don't want that in my mind all the time. So therefore, I do want to get reconstruction. I have to wait, 6 months or more until my body fully heals and detoxifies before that can be an option. But there are options that do not include breast implants for reconstruction, fat transfer, or I'm having a surgery where they take fat and blood vessels from your backside and transfer it and have to reattach the blood vessels, but then you have your own tissue and it's warm and it's living and it's one and done. It's not high maintenance or anything. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is just having being reconstructed with my own tissue. And I wish that had been an option. I wish I had known there were other options. So that's what I'm here to say, is there are definitely other options than just breast implants. Even for someone who just wants to be a little fuller after breastfeeding or whatever, you can do fat transfer, and it's so much safer than putting something foreign in your body. For me, something that has helped me over the years with just having this double detox approach is Arbonne products. I've been using their skincare and personal care products because they're all like aluminum free and fragrance free, and they actually ban over 2,000 even questionable ingredients, which is cleaner than any other brand out there. They don't test on animals, all of that. So they're just a clean, safe brand. I've been using their makeup and personal care and also their nutrition and detox products for lots of years. I've actually been doing the detox nutrition plan for almost 7 years, which is puts a huge emphasis on liver health, kidney health, digestion. That's actually what helped me clear plutonium from my system, was this Arbonne detox plan. And so I'm really passionate about that. And that was after I went through chelation and stuff at the doctor's office, which didn't work. The Arbonne plan did, to help restore, just detoxify and then add nutrients to my body. And that's the thing, when there is no selective healing, when we're adding nutrients and taking out the garbage, everything improves. So for me, Arbonne has been a lifeline, just sustaining me through all these years. And I know it's going to help me detoxify even more after this explant surgery. So another thing that is near and dear to my heart, especially after talking to so many women with all of these health challenges from breast implants, they can be debilitating. And there's so many women who are single moms or going through a divorce or, working, and then suddenly they're not able to work. And I just want to offer this and put this on the table and let you know this is another option. But Arbonne products are also attached to this amazing income opportunity. And again, I'm so grateful someone told me about this, because during this whole year, in 2019, I've had a lot of impact hit me, going through a divorce and moving and trying to figure out this whole explant surgery and how to pay for it. And thank God I've had Arbonne income, because I worked as a nurse for 16 years, but now my sole income is Arbonne, and it's 2 and 3 times more than I ever made as a nurse. So I just want you to know how beautiful that is. Like, my whole business is educating on hidden toxins and offering safer solutions for families. And in return, it's also a way to prepare for impact and to have this income stream coming in, and I don't have to be clocked in somewhere. And it's also an asset, meaning it can be put into a financial portfolio and willed for 3 generations. And I just don't know anything else like that. I remember thinking when I was still working at the hospital that the doctors I worked with did not have a willable income, and I just didn't care how long this took me to figure out. I knew it was smart. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I've had this as a backup plan, because it has totally sustained me and helped me through this last year of all these transitions and changes. So it's definitely worth a conversation. And again, get a hold of an Arbonne consultant that or I'm sure happy to help you navigate and answer some questions too. Anything that anything that comes to mind. So I was so worried about, yeah, my appearance, but also worried that, you know, what if I went through all this surgery and then didn't feel any better? And I know lots of women are feeling the same way, but it's so interesting because I look at myself now and I like the way I look, strangely. I still want reconstruction, but I like that I have a glow about me. Ooh, I'm going to get emotional, but I don't have that like dull eyes, you know, like because you're just in constant pain. You know, I had like constant head pressure and my eyes hurt and you're so tired. And just to have that lift, to feel like I got my sparkle back, that's been so worth going through the appearance challenges. I'm still trying to figure out what to wear and how to fill a shirt. I got to get some new clothes and, you know, I'm down 30 pounds. So yeah, I'm having a whole wardrobe transition right now, but actually like me right now because I am glowing and I just feel so much better, and healthy is definitely sexier than being unhealthy. So I'm sitting here today scarred. Yep, I have some significant scars, flat, wearing, you know, some pads here. And I'm paying a far bigger price than I ever imagined that I would have to pay for what my family went through, for being uninformed that there were any other choices besides silicone implants for reconstruction. And, you know, I'm paying a bigger price than I ever thought I would have to pay. But I'm sitting here determined to make it matter. And I know that we can make it matter. We have to make it matter. And I just want you to know that you're not alone, that, you know, if you're having some health challenges that you can't wrap your head around and you do have breast implants, maybe this is something to look into. Definitely check into it. Pass the word along so that other people can be their own health advocate too, because your voice matters, your story matters, and together our collective voices are going to change the world, are going to change the world's perception of breast implants. And it has to change because there's so much misinformation around that. And I just want to close with a quote by Gandhi. It says, "A small body of determined spirits, fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission, can alter the course of history." And I really believe that it's possible. Love you guys. Thanks for spending this time with me.